Okay, so if everybody can turn in your book to page 106, we're going to read about something that you may know something about. So, who here has ever been to New York? Anyone? Okay. So, have you ever seen pictures in movies or something about the Statue of Liberty? Okay. So, do you know anything already? Without looking, do you know anything already? What do you already know about the Statue of Liberty? Do you know where it came from? Oh, this is awesome. Okay. So, before we get started reading, there's a couple of words in here that are unusual that I just want to make sure. So, does anybody know what that word is? Statue. Okay. All right. And so we're going to prove that word, applying some of our skills later on today. This is a name. So anybody want to take a shot at how you would pronounce what's the first syllable? Bed. And then what about here? Right, because the E would be silent, the O would be long, right? Bedlows. And then island is also an interesting word because the S is totally silent. You don't hear it at all, right? Okay. And then what about this word? Because this has a Y serving as a vowel. So what's that word?
Symbols.
Symbols. Great. Okay. So who wants to start? So Austin, I'm going to have you just read the first paragraph for me.
Off the coast of New York City is a small island with a tall statue. The island is named Liberty Island, and the statue is the Statue of Liberty. For over 100 years, this statue has welcomed visitors to the United States. It has become a symbol of freedom and hope.
Great. Okay. Alyssa?
The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the USA from France. It was given to celebrate 100 years of U.S.
Independence.
The statue was first built in France. Then it was shipped in pieces across the Atlantic Ocean by boat. There were 350 pieces.
Okay, so now you know where it came from. Where did it come from?
France.
Okay. So that's kind of interesting. But why did France give us the Statue of Liberty?
It was to celebrate 100 years of independence.
Awesome. So does anybody know what year the United States became independent? Anybody?
1776.
Okay, yep. So 100 years after that would be?
1876.
1876. Okay. So without looking, does anybody remember how many pieces was it shipped in? 350 pieces. Okay. And if you've ever seen the Statue of Liberty, it's huge. All right. So the purpose of reading, obviously, is to gain information so that we can remember it and apply it, right? So I'm going to see how well you remember what you read. Okay. So I'm going to start. Well, actually, let's do the first one together. So this is a main idea question. So what do you think the passage is mostly about? If you had to just summarize everything what we read, what was that passage mostly be about?
The Statue of Liberty.
Okay, and what specifically about it?
It was talking about how it was like made and where.
Okay, where it came from. Yep. Anybody else got other?
Like how we got it.
Yeah, where it came from, we got it, and then some details about it, right? So if we're talking about specific details from the passage, let's talk about the reason it was given to us. Who can tell me why the Statue of Liberty was given to the U.S.?
It was given for 100 years of independence.
Awesome. And who was it given by?
France.
Excellent. Okay. Now, do you remember how the Statue of Liberty was brought to New York? How did they get it here?
By boat.
By boat. Good, Alyssa. Okay, now, this is a little trickier question. Does anybody remember why it's green? Yeah, Tate.
Because it was made out of copper, and because of the air can turn green in the rain.
Okay, and does anybody remember what its original color was? Yeah.
Brown.
Brown. Okay.